Greetings to the respected jury. I am Aryan Pandey of Amity International School, Vasundhara Sector 6. I will be speaking against the motion of the topic Satellites Improve Life. I believe there is always a flip side of the coin. Firstly, satellites are prohibitive due to exorbitant cost. In addition to the cost of building one of these devices, there is also the cost of launching the satellite into the space. There is always a sense of failing in the launch which may add to the misery. They can cause a lot of complications once in space. Satellite once launched requires to be monitored and controlled on regular periods so that it remains in the orbit. Also, depending on the type of satellite being used, the ground stations can be fairly tricky to operate. My friend Ripunjay asserted that the laying and maintenance is easy and cheap in satellite communication, therefore it is the best alternative. I would like to disagree with that. Instead, the fact is that investment and insurance of satellites require higher cost. Satellites have an expectancy of about 12 to 15 years. Due to this fact, another launch has to be planned before it becomes unoperational. Redundant components are used in the network design. This incurs more cost in the installation phase. So, it's ironic that they sum up to a large amount of investment. We can infer from the following statistics that the satellite and its main function is flawless. To reach the satellite from the Earth, time may vary between 270 milliseconds and return again to 320 milliseconds. You may think this as being a negligible margin, but that's quite wrong. This propagation delay can cause an echo over telephone connections. Another problem is that satellites are always prone to unavoidable factors that disrupt their functioning. Satellites are not easy to repair and maintain. Some circumstances, like weather or sunspots, affect the satellite signal and can cause interference and make proper operation of the satellites very difficult. Although stationed thousands of miles above the Earth, satellites require on the line of sight with receivers. The quality of the service could be badly and consistently affected in case of heavy thunderstorms and climatic elements. As compared to terrestrial options, this type of communication in some cases may have a slower bandwidth. And if the bandwidth is small, the available data rate that can be used in the communication channel is going to be limited as well. Sometimes, satellite destruction is done. This kind of action can cause a catastrophic chain or reaction of pieces colliding with other satellites and so on. Another problem is many satellites were put up with no end of life decommissioning procedure. That means they become space junk that you have to continuously track so that other satellites including the ISS have to avoid. So the debris creates a misery. Lastly, I would like to conclude that now satellites and its functions may have lost their glory and effectiveness due to better options out there.